Hello students, today we are here to discuss about knowledge management, advantages of knowledge management. So myself, Dr. Anita Pati Mishra, Department of Information Technology, IMS Noida. So what is knowledge? What is knowledge management? What is advantages of knowledge management? We'll discuss here. So knowledge management refers to the multidisciplinary approach to achieve organizational objectives for the best use of knowledge. You know it the definition because then first you acquire knowledge, then you manage it. That is known as knowledge management. Then you categorize it for different kind of disciplines. So for different kind of objectives. Next, knowledge management focus on process such as acquiring, creating the information, then synthesizing, analyzing, and then summarizing, then organizing, then collecting. So this is a sequential uh, process of knowledge management. How first you collect the data. From data, you convert the data into information according to your requirement. Then from information, you acquire knowledge. So how you have to collect data, then you have to organize data, then you have to summarize it, then you have to analyze it, then you have to synthesize it, then you have to make the decision facts. It may be required your predictive knowledge or facts or informations that is collected. Collectively, that becomes information and facts. Collectively, they are known as knowledge. So, this is about knowledge management system. Knowledge management may be viewed in terms of people, process, technology, culture, and structure. So, how people means what are the main nodes, main vertices that is required for your project? How do you increase the ability of an individual in the organization to influence others and their knowledge? Like project manager is there, then team leader is there. Some hierarchical structure is specified in different kind of organizations. You can notice it. You go to bank, you can see, and you go to school, you can see, you go to college or any university, you go to any organization, you can see the hierarchical structure of their management. Then what are the process? It approach varies from organization to organization. There is no limit in the number of process because once a huge amount of like production is there, so many types of production is there, like Tata company, there are huge companies that they're creating different kind of objects for a different kind of purpose in our daily life accessories. So Tata Motors, like Tata Home Accessories, Tata Vehicles, everything they are producing. They are now day by day they are just enhancing their production. So different kind of approaches are there for different kind of process. The technology has no bar today, so technology also increase, it's like limitless. So day by day it's increasing now. It needs to be chosen only after all the requirements of knowledge management initiative have been established. Once you acquire the knowledge, you can manage it through different kind of techniques. So knowledge management techniques also explode. Then what is the culture in this knowledge management system? The biggest enabler to success knowledge organization is the establishment of knowledge focused culture. What is the structure? The business process and the organizational structures that facilitate the knowledge sharing. So every business element and every people of knowledge management system, every element of knowledge management system is responsible for the structure of the organization, for the structure of the knowledge based management system. So what is knowledge management cycle or knowledge management process? How it works, how the cycle undergoes throughout the process that creates knowledge through. You can see the picture, what kind of vertices are there, how to create, how to capture, then how to share, how to manage, what are the, how to knowledge is created. So this creates knowledge through the new ways of doing things, what identify and capture new knowledge, then places knowledge into usable data, then stores knowledge in repository spaces, then reviews for accuracy and relevance, like you have to verify the data whether it will be applicable, whether the truth amount of data you have, then at last makes knowledge available at all times to anyone. Then process of knowledge management. One is, what are the processes of different kind of knowledge management? One is like selecting knowledge, then uh, synthesizing the process of knowledge management system, then organizational information, then create unique value, displaying knowledge, selecting knowledge. So this is about the process of knowledge management system. Organizational information. That means for you are joining in a college, what kind of department you have, what kind of fields you have, what kind of attributes of each students in your class. These are the process of student database knowledge management. So student knowledge management system. So what are the benefits of any knowledge management? Like it improves the quality, no doubt. Once you acquire the knowledge, it becomes more capable. So every data becomes more capable, more processed, more wise. So more quality is there if you then knowledge management system is properly organized. Then improves user satisfaction, increase the adoption of self-service, higher first call resolution rates, reduce time to diagnose incidents and problems, reduction in training time and cost, faster adoption of new change services, increase responsiveness to changing business demands. So this is about the benefits of knowledge management system. Managing knowledge management. What is the strategy? What is the organizational culture? What is the organizational process? The objective is to manage, share, and create relevant knowledge assets that will help meet tactic and strategic requirements. So, organizational culture means the organizational culture influence the way people interact, how they interact, how they converse with each other, what they converse, what kind of knowledge they share with each other, the context within which knowledge is created, the resistance they will have towards certain changes, and ultimately the way they share, that becomes the organizational knowledge. So the right process in moments like you say hello to others, how to say hello with proper, honorable, and in a disciplined manner. That also that is a culture of the organization that you say hello, good night, good afternoon, good morning. That becomes that you are obedient, you are sincere, you are disciplined, you know humbleness, you know how to respect others. That is the right manner of your organization. That is the right discipline of your that is the main knowledge base of your organization that you have processed in your mind. That is becomes the organizational process. The right process environments, the systems like enable knowledge management to be implemented in the organization. That becomes the organizational process. Then management and leadership. What is management leadership? Knowledge management requires competent and experienced leadership in all kinds of knowledge domain. Then what kind of tools you are using, that system, tools, technology that fit the organization requirement, that is properly designed, and what kind of politics like means the formula behind the building of this constructions of this knowledge management system, the long term support to implement and sustain the initiatives, that virtually all organizational functions which may be costly to implement but strictly at which often don't have directly visible return on investment. So that kind of things also lies behind of any kind of managing knowledge management system. So two types of knowledge base we have, that is explicit knowledge, other one is implicit knowledge. So what are the characteristics of explicit knowledge? One is formal, second one is documentary, third one is databases you have to create, fourth one books, magazine, journals. So if you read it properly, so also you can enhance your knowledge base in your mind. Next part is your implicit knowledge. It's a huge amount of population data you have from newspaper, like something like the Delta virus is going on in air nowadays. You all are familiar with this fact. So about something through TV, through watching different channels, you can gather the knowledge about how it is spreading, what kind of dangerous results it is giving throughout the country. Second one is what are kind of measures are taken throughout the country, throughout your area, how much have been gone to hospital, how many have been recovered. All these facts, all these are population data. Huge amount of data you are collecting through newspapers, through your internet, through watching TV, everywhere. So this is the huge amount of data. This is implicit knowledge. So this is knowledge in heads, memories of staff, suppliers, vendors, all these things. You can gather knowledge everywhere. But what is required for you? What is required for your purpose? What is required for your projects? What is required for your enhancement? What is required for your knowledge base? That is the most important information for you. And from that knowledge, from your knowledge, you build, you reconstruct your knowledge. So this is about different kinds of explicit knowledge base. Then how the knowledge process framework, that is the work has been done in 1999 by Bukovic and Williams. I can see the picture by the data flow diagram how it works. and how the knowledge-based assets are there, how the knowledge is collected, how from the data information is collected, and then information is converted to knowledge, and then knowledge converted into knowledge base, and then knowledge base is used for different kind of projects. This is about the framework of Bukovic and Willems, and knowledge-based model depicts the process that defines the strategy for management to build, divest, and enhance the knowledge assets. So why and when aspects also this strengthens the model for strategic focus. So it is the result of response to tactical and strategic changes according to our need. So this is the knowledge management matrix. It has been, it looks like a matrix, and different kind of row wise the categories are embodied and represented, embedded, and column wise sense, organize, socialize, internalize. So this is about observe, contextualize, share, gather, categorize, discriminate, hypothesize, map, simulate, like this. This is about apply, decide, and all these are the matrix and column elements are like this. So this is a linked process of wisdom, knowledge, information, data. From first you find data, then through comprehend correlation regression process, you convert it to information. Then from information, you convert it to knowledge. Then from knowledge to that becomes wisdom, the different kind of databases you have. So this is about the knowledge base management system. What are the steps so that you can get the the knowledge based management matrix? The steps provide an excellent overview for the role of knowledge management manager. So the limitation of the model is to focus. First, you have to focus on that part, that attribute of the knowledge where it is required for your purpose. Secondly, knowledge management role is here to limit it to knowledge sharing, omitting the process of knowledge acquisition, creation, and investment. Next is the perfectly legitimate approaches to knowledge and to focus on the sharing and retrieval of existing knowledge, but it doesn't fulfill the scope of the knowledge management. Next, how it works through both a model. You can see how knowledge creation sensing is linked with rich knowledge management solution, knowledge sharing, dissemination, and then knowledge organizing and capture. This is the ESY quite interlinked process, and how it works, both a management system, both a knowledge processing model, how it works, it has been categorized with the specifications. This model attempts to offer more realistic overview of the knowledge management process, and three broad categories overlap the interact with one another, and this model doesn't include the creation of the new knowledge or the specific knowledge management initiative. This is the difference between the information and knowledge. So information is processed data and provides facts. It's clear, it is very crisp, structured, simplified, obtained by condensing and contextualizing and calculating the data. And knowledge means it's a collectively information, actionable information. It allows predictions, associations, and predictive decisions. So this is the difference between the, so how it will differentiate information management system to knowledge management system. Information management system means conversion of data to information, and knowledge management system means conversion of information to knowledge. So this is the major components are the collaboration, communication, storage, and retrieval. So four elements of knowledge management system is use of problem finding technique, build knowledge infrastructure, network system, use of software for collection of data, information, knowledge, as well as the sharing processed outcomes. So what are the characteristic of good knowledge management system? How it empowers staff, how that it be focused on your core business objectives, how it needs the non-technology driven, how it should not be like non-technology driven, it should not be like that. And a good knowledge management system should be more competitive, more efficient, and less time consuming. More efficient means what? It should be less time consuming. Then only you can say that my knowledge base is more efficient, and that should be obviously more profitable. Good knowledge management system should allow you to for better service your customers and to raise your satisfaction level, and also it raises job satisfaction level of your staff. So obviously, when you're more satisfied, you'll feel more confident, you can work further, you can enlighten your whole working system. Then What are the knowledge management different categories? What are the uses? Information technology, communication technology, media, film, video, cybernetics, robotics. Robotics is very familiar topic among yourself. So knowledge management strategy, organizational culture, these are the key issues in building knowledge management system. You have to come across these kinds of platforms, then only you can build a good knowledge management system. What is data mining and data warehousing? So what is data warehousing? It's a like consistent store of data obtained from the variety of different sources and it is available to the users in way so that they can understand and use it for business context. So this is simply you can say the transferring of data into information and make it available for making a difference. What is data mining? It is the process of extracting information from the company's various databases and then reorganize it for the purpose of where you intend to use it. Next, it means extracting previously unknown and predictive information. Then it is very different for different data because data mining is useful where how the data will be useful only the owner knows, only the project manager knows. So then only you can use the purpose of data mining. So data mining process is different for different organizations. It's a very important statement depending upon the nature of data and organization. What organization wants, what kind of data you have, whether your database, whether your information is useful for that organization, that kind of query handling, all these things you know how to handle data mining. The tools sophisticated automated algorithms to discover hidden patterns, correlations, and relationship among the organizational data. These data mining tools are useful for this kind of purpose. Then these tools are used to predict future trends and the behavior. So this is the purpose of data mining. So these are the important topics of knowledge-based management system. We have discussed about different variety of knowledge management system, its uses, data mining, data warehousing. So next you will further about the what are the advantages, disadvantages. This is all about knowledge management systems. Thank you all.